What's the average lifespan of an armadillo?
Welcome to Good Mythical More.
You know what you want to know. The average lifespan of animals.
We've got a bunch of different animals, starting with this armadillo.
We're gonna match them all up. So we have 4 weeks all the way to 200 years. I have a guess what 200 years is. I'm not gonna say.
Don't say it.
50 years, that's still pretty good for some animals.
We've got
Well, come on now. What's wrong with you, man?
we got a bit of a bunch here between 30, 46, and 50. This could get
a game to play today.
An armadillo is either 1 to 2 or 15, right? Wouldn't you say? But look at this thing. Just look at how the armor, and it looks like it's just made to last, built to last.
They ball up into a completely armored vehicle and you would threaten.
And why would they need to be that robust to just live 1 to 2 years?
Right.
Right?
So yeah, we're saying that it's over 15 years. Right? Oh, and look, but it fits perfectly with 15
Well,
years.
there you go. I think it fits perfectly with all of them.
I think that's oh, yeah, that's the case. So that's not
That's
a hint.
a cool little feature.
We're not trying to do puzzle. That would have made it too easy. I think it could be 30 years.
It could be. This is like something you go to a natural history museum and you're a kid.
They want to make it interactive. Interactive museum.
These are made out of wood, and you do the little, but then the parents realize they have to pay extra for this part of it.
Oh.
And then the kid gets really upset when dad's like, "Listen, I'm already paying like $70 for you to be here. Can't you just appreciate this? Why do you have to do the little puzzle? The puzzle's not even fun. I bet you that all the pieces aren't even up there. And also, it's dirty because all the grubby hands have been touching them.
And after saying all of that, you still buy it for the kid, and then they do one
just so they'll shut up.
And then they are like, Dad, this sucks. They're all the same. And then they move on.
And can I get a
burger?
I'm taking that $5 out of your college fund.
Can I get chicken tenders now?
Yeah.
I want some chicken tenders.
It's a bird. This is a bird family.
I want some chicken tenders. It's a bitch of a game.
I think 30's too many, but we can leave it there for now. Let's see what else we got.
30's too many? Well, then we can put it at 15.
Because it's still a rodent.
A rodent?
Which makes me think it could be 1 to 2 years. It's just, boy, it's
By
hard
rodent,
to survive.
do you mean often roadkill?
I just mean that I believe it is probably in the rodent family. Or is it a marsupial?
They got a pocket?
There are non-pocket having marsupials in North America. I don't think that, I don't really know.
A marsupial with armor, though?
I don't know. We can't look it up because that would be cheating, but we do fully expect someone to look it up and tell us.
Help us out, Chase.
No, don't
We
help us.
are fully looking things up.
But no, I just mean, is it a rodent?
I was looking at marsupials and pouches.
But don't tell us
Okay, I know.
until later.
It looks like
Next,
a rat with armor.
we have a chimpanzee.
Our little cousin, the chimpanzee.
Well, I mean, I feel like it might be 50. Could be 46. But out in the wild, what kills a chimpanzee?
Another chimpanzee. So I feel
Seriously, what else would kill a chimpanzee?
snake bite.
Same things that kill us is basically what you're saying. Wars.
That
chimp wars.
That movie, that documentary about the chimp lady.
Chimp Crazy.
Chimp Crazy. So they specifically talked about that in this movie, and I think it was in captivity. This guy could live to be 50 years old.
Mm-hmm. But in the wild, the average
would be lower, just because it's a hard life out there in the wild. But of course, she was feeding him like McDonald's.
Right. I enjoyed that, but I guess I would recommend it.
46. If I was a chimpanzee, I'd be dead already.
On average.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a sad thought.
Honeybee. Honeybee, we're definitely over.
200 years.
If honeybees lived 200 years, that'd be wild. Dude.
So I know that a carpenter bee
They'd be so smart.
has I think a carpenter bee has like a year-long cycle.
Honeybee,
because they
less than a
they
year.
go into like we got the log cabin in North Carolina, and there's in the carpenter bees go into the logs, and then we have to pay people. It's just sad for the carpenter bees. What I'm about to tell you, they go in there and they lay their little babies, and they drill the tunnel, and then they lay their little babies, and then we pay somebody to go in there and just fill it full of caulk. So when those babies wake up, they're like, "Oh no, what do we do? Oh, where's mommy?" And then they die.
I'll just eat this caulk.
And then sometimes you can put like steel wool at the end of it and then caulk that. So when they get up and they try to find their way out, they get to steel wool and they never get out and they die inside the log.
That makes me
And
so
then-
happy.
And then
For you.
And then when their mom comes back, she's like, "How are the kids doing?" And she's like, "I don't even remember where my front door is because we've caulked it."
Wow, what a sad anecdote.
Well, because you don't want them to eat your house. You want them to eat all the dead logs out in the woods. Be like, "Hey, not these ones. We're making homes with this one. Do the other ones." But anyway, I think it's like a year-long cycle, and because they would come out and then they do all the same stuff the next year.
Honeybee's less than that, though.
So maybe 4 months.
Yeah, I think it's on the lower end.
That's a sad life. I think it's 1 to 2 years. but
We
I
can
don't
move
know.
these around.
There's also queens and workers and
Well, but in general, I think is what's happening. Dragonfly,
dragonfly's got a short life, guaranteed.
4 week. Just the insect of it all.
I mean, we might have something that's a little bit shorter than that once it comes out. Ooh.
Interesting. Red sea urchin.
So, Chase, didn't you go Red Sea urchin
Hunting?
gathering?
I attempted, but when you go hunting on like a boat, you're at the whim of whatever the best sites are that day. And every place we went to was a marine protected area. I think we went to one spot where they did lobster, but only lobster.
Can you
And-
clarify why you're going to a protected area to get something that you can't have?
Well, I went just on like the dive boat in general.
So other people are
during-
going for other things.
Yeah, other people were going to scuba dive. I went and I did free diving and scuba. And it was at the very start of the season for like lobster. And so there were people who were excited to hunt lobster. One of my buddies was. And I was the only person who wanted urchin. And because there weren't too many hunters on the boat, they focused on the best sites for diving, not the best sites for hunting.
Yeah, you were outnumbered.
Because
which was
why
fine.
on earth would anybody want to get an urchin? Because then have you tasted an urchin?
Yeah, I tasted urchin for the first time at a like processing facility with Josh for an episode of Fancy Fast Food. And we like cracked them open ourselves and
Uni?
ate them real fresh. Had uni. It was really really good. And so then when I found out that like the purple ones are invasive, I decided it'd be something I was interested in hunting.
So is this different? The Red Sea one is different than the purple ones?
The Red Sea ones are different, yeah. And
Is it in
apparently
the Red Sea?
the purple ones that are invasive also don't taste that good, so people don't tend to hunt them for food. It's more just for protecting the ecosystem
Got it.
because they eat all the kelp.
You're such a do-gooder. When they
Thanks.
let you do it.
Yeah, when I can take time off,
But something
which
that-
is often. You guys are very generous.
Yeah, thanks. Something that is that, again, I don't know why it seems to me that there's a lot of work that goes into that spiky body. And it just seems like
They stay in
they're
basically
just
one place, right?
And they're just filtering. Like if you,
You can
told
watch
me
them move like during the course of a dive for sure.
like
They move?
like transport
Yeah.
themselves,
They go somewhat fast
locomote.
for
they have
like
a
that
foot
size
on the
of
bottom, I
creature.
guess.
Yeah, they totally move.
It's not like a barnacle or something.
No.
Well, that means that their lifespan is shorter, I think, or maybe they're moving to live longer.
1 to 2 years?
Yeah, that feels right. I mean, 15 years could be.
We
right.
got to be right about this, or they're gonna caulk our hole.
Call our hole.
You know, we're gonna wake up in the morning and try to get out of our room. There's just gonna be caulk on the door. Could you imagine how that would feel?
Nope.
You're
Trying to
talking. You're the only
Everyone's
one
closing
here
their
who's
eyes back
done
here.
it.
Everyone's trying to imagine it.
Why are you trying to guilt trip us with something
You
you've
no
try
one
to
seems
call
to be
your
able to do
mom,
it.
and she just threw on the other side of the clock. What'd you say, Chase?
Wait, what?
What'd you say?
Female.
I said everyone
orca
back here is
whale.
closing their eyes, trying to imagine what it's like when you're trapped by caulk.
Listen, this is a rhetorical exercise to get you to feel sorry for the carpenter bees that are eating my home. Just we can explore all the limits of human emotion.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That's all we're doing here.
All right, fine.
You ever seen Bee Movie?
A female orca whale. Do you think they live longer than a chimpanzee?
Ooh.
I just.
Boy.
I'm Googling it, but I think the female orca whale is a rodent.
They can go.
Yeah.
They can go so far.
They are definitely
Like-
on your side of the board. They're not 200 years, I know that. They're 46 or 50,
Yeah, I just don't know if
which again is another.
we're trying to. We're going to do a switcheroony based on what he tells us.
In a female orca whale versus a male, I would think that maybe the female lives longer. I don't know. Is it like humans? Ladies live longer.
Why do they live longer? I wonder.
Less accidents.
Smarter.
Smarter.
Octopus. Good old octopus. Boy, they're so soft and mushy and smart.
Okay. I think I remember. Okay, again.
Octopus daughter.
Octopus
teacher.
Octopus teacher. All of my
Seen both of
all
them.
of my facts come from documentaries. So I think
know
I
it's not
remember
200 years
that it
old.
was 1 to 2 years because it was just like he was.
He did die. Yeah, he
It
got
was like
older.
he fell in love with this octopus, but he was also like, this thing's gonna be dead next year. 1 to 2 years for an octopus.
I almost guessed 30, but what? So then we have to move the urchin to live 30 years or 15? We want to move the armadillo to 30 years?
The sea urchin, I think, can go 30,
Wow.
and I think that the armadillo is 15. I think the octopus is 1 to 2 years.
Because they're so soft. But don't you have to live longer to get as, evolutionarily speaking, to get as smart as an octopus?
Well, that's a good point.
Does that actually make sense? When something has a longer lifespan, the longer you can live, the smarter you need to be in order to achieve that lifespan.
If you live for 4 weeks, you don't have to be that smart.
Right, because you're going to die anyway. But in order to achieve your limit, you got to have smarts. That's why I think the octopus might be 15 years. But they're soft.
I feel like I remember specifically learning a fact, and I could be very well wrong, that they lived a lot less long than I thought they did.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right,
maybe
let's
that was
leave it now.
maybe that was a different documentary.
All right, what were we waiting for 200?
Well, I mean, if it's tortoise, that's too easy.
Tortoise is
If
what
it's
I was thinking.
if it's a type of shark, like the Greenland shark or something like that,
No,
they live even longer than that.
walrus. It ain't a walrus. Don't live 200 years.
God. Oh
That's-
my
There's
God.
no way. Well,
You're telling me
That's why they're so wrinkly, maybe.
what lives 200 years on average?
Usually,
sea
yeah, very much
urchin.
a lot tighter.
I bet it's got to be a sea
it's a
urchin.
sea urchin. They live
I mean-
forever.
Except Chase is like just plucking them out of the ocean.
Yeah,
at
now
will?
it's sad, Chase.
What?
That,
Even the ones that are killing the kelp forests.
that urchin just wakes up in the morning and is like, another day in the ocean, watching the ocean be completely ruined by whatever this new species is that's creating all this havoc. Oh, there he is. Oh,
It has to be
in
the
his
urchin.
mouth.
I mean, what? There's nothing else it could be.
and it's so tasty.
Okay, it's got to be, right?
And it's the red sea urchin specifically. 200 years. The walrus.
30, 46, 50 is tough, man. Walrus, I think a walrus has probably heart issues. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like
They're kind of fat.
he's
Is that what you're
about,
saying?
it looks like he's maybe about to have a heart attack at all times. I know he's in the cold climate up there, but I just don't think he makes it past 30. Hold on, are we locked in? I don't know. I'm not confident about the octopus anymore, but Because of your points about smarts. We might need to switch those. But
How many? All right, we are locked in if you can tell us how many we have correct.
You have 4 correct.
yikes.
That's not impressive at all.
Yikes.
The
Yeah,
urchin
we are
we
not
have to be
impressed,
locked
Patrick,
in.
here at all.
Let's switch these two. Let's switch the chimpanzee and the orca.
And then it's either switching the walrus and the armadillo
I think
or
we
the
switched
armadillo and the octopus.
I think we switched these two. And so now 1, 2, 3, 4. So now
Yeah, because the walrus is like a big dog. 15 years. How many we got right now?
We are a little more impressed. You have 4 correct.
Oh my God.
So what just happened?
I don't even know.
We didn't.
Hold on.
How do we not improve?
Okay, we don't know what we've done.
According to your theory, Link, you'll be dead any day now.
What have we done? How? Did you switch the chimpanzee and the
Yes.
orca?
Yes.
Well, then what did we have right?
So we switched too much. So let's switch half of these back and then see how many we have.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it gives us information. How many do we have right now?
You have 6 correct.
Okay, so the switch.
that was an
push
improvement.
those forward. Those are correct. Those are locked in.
All right, so
These
we
are
know
right, and the ends are right.
walrus in 30,
The ends are right.
armadillo in 15. Dragonfly's got to be right. I mean, dragonflies could live longer than honeybees. Because the communal nature of a honeybee, does that mean it lives long? I think they're more expendable.
We were wrong about that. We were wrong about those.
But we need to.
You didn't change anything. You just, you kept those things with their year.
Come on, dude.
In my mind, it changed.
Yeah. So let me help you out here.
Yeah, the puzzle pieces.
Did that give us enough? 6, 7, 8. That would do it. All right, we're locked in.
You have 8 correct.
Yes.
And that's all of them.
Okay, let's get some information to go
Armadillo,
back through. Armadillo.
Armadillo, not rodents. They're placental mammals, most closely related to sloths and anteaters. And side note, there are some marsupials without pouches. Opossums are one of them.
Okay,
Yep.
so but it's not a marsupial.
Not a marsupial. Not a marsupial,
Okay.
not a rodent.
And there is a pouched possum.
There are pouch
in
possums.
Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, just things to remember. So you don't have to watch documentaries to learn. You watch this show.
Yep.
Octopus lives 1 to 2 years, and so I mean, legitimate question here. I've been known, and Jessie always feels bad about it. I've been known to order octopus at a restaurant, and she's like, "You ordering the octopus?" And it's like we watch the Octopus Teacher, and they're so smart. And then I'm like, "Yeah, but they only live 1 to 2 years." So I mean,
What has been your argument?
he was-
Because you didn't know that.
he was gonna I made that argument after we watched that documentary because I was like, is this documentary gonna stop me eating octopus? Because it did for like a month,
Okay.
and then I was just like, oh, but it's so good. And I was like, yeah, but and I do think if they live 15 years,
That does help. It does help.
I would be like, but all the experiences that I took from that thing. But I'm just like, hey, this is
I mean, yeah, you're eating a toddler. You're not eating a.
no, I'm not eating a toddler. I'm eating an adult who's lived his full life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a better way to think about it. Eating an adult that doesn't live long.
And now let's talk about the sea urchin.
All
How in
right.
the world does that happen?
They're spiky. Nobody wants to have any, and they taste horrible. Nobody wants to have anything to do with them.
200 years. Wow.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking up walruses, and also I don't know if you saw this, but a few weeks ago, there was this Steller sea lion, which is a really, really big sea lion up in the north that's made its way down here to SoCal, and there's all these videos of it trying to get up and hang out with the regular sized sea lions, and
They're
they
like,
keep getting scared and running away.
Really?
But you can kind of tell he just kind of wants to hang out, and like they're very social. So I think he wants to just like sleep with his friends, and none of them, like he's way too big for them.
Wow, where is he? Can we go see him?
I think he's down in like the La Jolla.
Don't tell him, he'll eat him. The Golden Tea of Mythicality is back. We're giving away $50,000 in cash prizes. This week only, grab your tea for your chance to win at mythical.com.